Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday. Let's have some math fun. So you need out your math notebook. Mrs. Long's class, you're not getting the first take because I said language notebook. This was our second take. I know. Full disclosure. All right, math notebook out. And let's see what our dilemma is. I am sad it is not a zombie one. It is giants though, so equally entertaining. Volume. Oh, commercial.
Take three.
Take three, yeah, right? All right.
The family of giants you work for is throwing a fancy dinner party, and they all want to look their best.
I am going to turn the volume up more though. Hold on. So these giants are having a dinner party, and so they're going to get all dressed up
But there's
fancy.
a problem. The elder giant's favorite shirt is wrinkled. To fix it, you'll need to power up the giant iron. The iron needs 2 giant batteries to work. You just had 4 working ones and 4 dead ones in separate piles, but it looks like the baby giant mixed them all up. You need to get the iron working and press the giant shirt fast, or you'll end up being the main course tonight. How can you test the batteries so that you're guaranteed to get a working pair in 7 tries or less?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to go ahead and play that back one more time. This time, while you are watching, I want you to take some notes. I want to see some equations. I want to see you testing out those equations, finding some solutions, and let's see if we can figure out. Did you guys notice? Let's just take a pause here. This giant here of the iron, how it has an actual seat. You drive it. You know, most parents, you have a hand. You're going over it by hand. It has a seat. You drive this. That'd be so awesome.
Giant. The family
All right,
of giants
so there's this
you work
fancy
for
dinner
is
that they're
throwing a
having.
fancy dinner party, and they all want to look their best. But there's a problem. The elder giant's favorite shirt is wrinkled.
All right, so he's got this wrinkly shirt. He cannot go to this fancy party with this wrinkly shirt. It needs to be ironed straight.
To fix it, you'll need to power up the giant iron. The iron needs 2 giant batteries.
All right, so it's a giant shirt. It needs a giant iron that you drive. And this big iron here, it takes 2 batteries. Okay, 2 batteries have to go in it to power it up.
To work. You just had 4 working ones and 4...
All right, so you had these 2 piles of these 4 good batteries that you can use, and then you had these 4 dead batteries that were already used.
ones in separate piles. But it looks like the baby giant mixed them all up.
So of course, like the baby giant he is, he took those 2 piles and he had dumped them out, and now there's all of these batteries, and we don't know which of these batteries were good or which of these batteries were the bad ones that were already used.
You need to get the iron working and press the giant shirt fast, or you...
So to get the iron working, could you put 2 dead batteries in it?
No.
Could you even put 1 dead battery and 1 good battery? No.
will end up being the main course tonight. How can you test the batteries so that you're guaranteed to get a working pair in 7...
All right, so I heard a lot of friends say, well, you gotta start testing them out. Here's the key. Your task is that you have to find a working pair in only 7 tries or less. You don't get to just keep putting the batteries in there unlimited number of times until you find 2 good working ones. You only get 7 tries, because after 7 tries, it's gonna be time up. So that's the key here, is that's not unlimited how many times you can keep putting these batteries in and out until you find 2 good ones.
tries or less.
All right, here's our facts that we need. There's 4 dead batteries, 4 good ones. The iron needs 2 good ones, and the iron must power up on the 7th try. or sooner. You don't have to use up all 7 tries. It could be sooner. But it can't be any more than 7 tries.
Somebody gotta do it.
I want you guys writing down some equations, trying to solve it right now. Everybody is trying. Everybody is being an active learner, not just sitting. Couple more minutes. One more minute. Malia, lights on, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand if you think you have a solution here. Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Aiden?
So we could try getting 2 batteries and putting them in, and if that doesn't work, we'd still have 4 more.
So just a random 2 batteries?
Yeah, random 2 batteries, and then if that wouldn't work, we'd still have like 4 tries left. So maybe we could plug the we could do like one of those car chargers and plug the batteries in. What?
Lost count there. All right, but you have 8 batteries. You think just grabbing a random 2 without any pattern that you could find it in 7 tries?
And if that, yeah, but if that wouldn't work,
So we've got good, 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 good,
go to the store.
and then 4 bad ones. I'm gonna give you a hint. Let's label our batteries. Let's number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say batteries 1 through 4 are good ones, and batteries 5 through 8 are bad ones. Aiden said to have a car charger so you could test them out. You are not allowed to use any other supplies. Bradley.
I think you can divide 8 by 2.
You think you can divide by 2, and what's that going to give you?
4.
And what's that 4 telling you?
What?
Is that going to tell you which Is that 4 going to tell you which 4 to grab? What if I grabbed these 4, 5 through 8? Is that going to help me?
No. Then wait.
Who else? Give me something else. Mimi.
So
Raise your hand.
We a lot of this happens a lot of times at our house. So
This happens a lot of times at your house? That you have a drawer of bad batteries?
yeah.
Sometimes it happens at ours too.
And so basically the thing is sometimes you can tell when you have new batteries, they'll be cleaner than the old.
Ooh, I like that thinking. So she said sometimes you can visibly tell by looking at some of the batteries if they're used or not. Maybe they're kind of dirty, they have a little rust on them. I love your thinking. However, these 8 batteries all look the same. There's no visible evidence on them if they are new or used. Max.
Then if you put them in your hands and you can see which one's lighter or heavier. Oh yeah. And usually if they're good ones, they're heavier. I did not know that's how batteries work.
That's what I'm saying.
Feel.
They have energy.
So I had one person who said later that you can feel a battery and feel if it's heavier or lighter. Not necessarily, no. They all weigh the same. Possibly, and this is beyond my scientific knowledge, possibly they weigh different, but it would be such a small difference you would not be able to tell by your hands. It would have to be by a weighted scale, and even then, like I said, because it's beyond my scientific knowledge, I can't even confirm that. Feel free if somebody would like to do some research on that, but these all feel the same when you pick them up. Still very interesting thinking though. I still like it.
Maybe you do, because if you divide 2 divided by 7, that would equal 3.5. Then you pick 3 on each side, then there will be 2 left. Then whichever one.
So this 2 divided by 7, and you said is 3.5.
Yep.
Random guess.
Are you sure there?
Why are we doing 7?
2 divided by 7. Can 7 go into that 2? No, it's going to be a decimal. That one's not going to work. I want you right now to turn to somebody in your area and discuss in a group of 2 or 3 staying in your seats some more possible ideas. Hands down, discussing in groups of 2 or 3 in your seat.
So, can we not use any kitchen items or bathroom?
No other tools can be used.
Yeah, it can be, but it can be told if the batteries were charged on another by the weight.
Not by your physical hand, though, you wouldn't be able to feel the difference. These batteries are already small, they're like a AA, so your hand wouldn't be able to tell that difference.
The reason I said that is because it's when
I don't own an iron, but I just take it here.
and then you can put the little foil over the pot, not tell if it burns, it's good. If it doesn't burn, it's not.
I like your thinking, but no other tools, no other accessories, nothing can be used. 1 more minute.
Mrs. Bush.
Malia.
So I'm talking about real life, not in this, but in real life I don't have an iron. So I just use a hair straightener and I just go boom boom. Wait. Yeah. Wait.
Oh, you're funny. Shh. Ladies and gentlemen, hands down, discussing in your group still. I want you right now, listening in 3, 2, 1. I want want you to post your ideas on Schoology right now on recent activity.
If you don't have one.
If you have any. If you don't have one, that's okay.
You could plug it in. Yeah.
You won't have anything to plug it, like the iron you say plug it in,
The main
but you
is the
still,
battery.
there's this one, yeah, this one doesn't have a plug-in. This one only operates by batteries. Sorry. Only operates by batteries.
Just run out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, lights on. Sorry, off. You know the opposite. All right, listening. Shh, settle down. I'm glad you guys are interested in this one. Let's go ahead and listen to our solution here.
You could, of course, take all 8 batteries and begin testing the 28 possible combinations. You might get lucky within the first few tries, but if you don't, moving the giant batteries that many times will take way too long. You can't rely on luck. You need to assume the worst possibility and plan accordingly. However, you don't actually need to test every possible combination. Remember, there are 4 good batteries in total, meaning that any pile of 6 you choose will have at least 2 good batteries in it. That doesn't help you right away, since testing all 6 batteries could still take as many as 15 tries, but it does give you a clue to the solution.
See how they labeled the batteries?
Dividing
They
the
use
batteries
letters.
into smaller subsets narrows down the possible results. So instead of 6 batteries, let's take any 3. This group has a total of 3 possible combinations. Since both batteries have to be working for the iron to power up, a single failure can't tell you whether both batteries are dead or just one. But if all 3 combinations fail, then you'll know this group has either 1 good battery or none at all. Now you can set those 3 aside and repeat the process for another 3 batteries. You might get a match, but if every combination fails again, you'll know this set can have no more than 1 good battery. That would leave only 2 batteries untried. Since there are 4 good batteries in total, and you've only accounted for 2 so far, both of these remaining ones must be good. Dividing the batteries into sets of 3, 3, and 2 is guaranteed to get a working result in 7 tries or less, no matter what order you test the piles in. With no time to spare, the iron comes to life, and you manage to get the shirt flawlessly ironed. The pleased elder and his family show up to the party dressed to the nines. Well, almost.
They kind of look like ogres.
The real thought leaders are the ones who turn ideas into action.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Keeping the lights off, I want you to get out your language notebook. I know we're kind of flipping switches here. You all are gonna be okay. Get out your language notebook. And I want to talk for a couple minutes about adverbs. All right, in your language notebook, still staying in your seat and working with somebody in your area, you are going to write a sentence for each of the following types of adverbs. Your first one, an adverb that tells how. Number 2, an adverb that tells how often. Number 3, an adverb that tells when. And number 4, an adverb that tells where. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking at this and you're like, oh my goodness, I know she taught me this, but I cannot remember. That's okay. If you go to Schoology, I posted this chart here on Schoology for you the other day when we went over adverbs, and it gives you some examples of adverbs with how often, when, and where. So use that as a reference to help you make your 4 sentences. Go ahead now. Working with somebody in your area, mask is on.
So do we get up?
You're staying in your seat and discussing with somebody in your area. Write down these 4 sentences.
My original idea that I wrote in my book, that was it, the answer. But I doubt it.
I like it. You should have said it, Max. You must have all 4 sentences and written down in your language notebook, not just verbally saying them. Write them down. Raise your hand if you're still working. All right, 1 more minute. Ladies and gentlemen, once you are done with your sentences in your language notebook, you can go ahead and close that up. Your homework for today for math is a vocabulary, reviewing multiplying fractions. Your homework for language, you guys have a creative write. When you are finished with your creative write, you are doing Toontastic. You do not have to share it if you don't want to. It is optional if you want to share it with your friends on Schoology and recent activity. All right, go ahead and get started.